All right, welcome back to another episode of QLF. It is your boy, K-Bash.
It's your boy B back here.
And we have a special thing we're talking about today. We're going to switch our gears up and jump into some anime as we love. We're going to go forward and attack My Hero Academia for you guys today. And instead of talking about like a lot of the basic characters like Deku and All Might and Shiraki and stuff like that, we're going to go ahead and start looking at some of the side characters that have a very, very large impact on the anime itself. So
call them support characters.
We'll call them supports. We'll call them number twos. We'll call them threes, fours. Yeah, but just the guys that stand next to the guy that's important, right? Like, we'll say that. Well, let's talk about who we're talking about today. Today we are talking about
Katsuki Bakugo.
Katsuki Bakugo. All right, son of Mitsuki Bakugo. All right. So here we go. And as we said, we're going to be spotlighting a lot of different characters, man. We're gonna run. If you have a specific character you want us to go after, we can talk about them too. But let's run down the basics of what we know about Katsuki Bakugo as first look, right? What we got, Max?
So first, I'm going to start by saying, one, because My Hero Academia is also a Shonen Jump anime, it follows a very basic story mode in the sense of you have your main character, and then that main character is a lot of that is built around people like Goku. And
Right.
You know,
The protagonist shield,
right?
right?
Protagonist shield. You know, they're very ambitious. They have, you know, the dire need to help people and all of that.
Right.
So
the
the
character has to
character
be there.
we're referencing today with Bakugo is the Vegeta-esque character.
He's the
So,
opposite of all of that.
He's
Yeah.
the opposite of the main.
Mhm.
He has his own ambitions. He'll have story and character growth based on his interactions with the main character. So when we talk about Bakugo, right? Let's start back in the beginning. So
Like Kid Bakugo, right?
Kid
Let's
Bakugo.
start with Kid Bakugo, right?
So part of Bakugo's overall, for lack of better words, let's say his demeanor,
Right.
is because he's been made to feel his whole life he was the shit. He is the product of everyone telling you you're amazing.
His quirk manifested really early.
Yeah, when he was
You know,
4.
like he was 4 years old.
Cool fact right there.
If you guys didn't know, that's when his quirk did come to fruition. And let's talk about what his quirk actually even is. Like he has got a specific type of hyperhidrosis where he sweats nitroglycerin type chemicals, right? That he's allowed to explode at will. Now he can make them explode at will, which is awesome about that, right? Because so think about it, like you drip sweat from your hands, and at any point in time you can make whatever amount of sweat explode in different times. So that means even if the sweat almost kind of like leaves his hand a little bit, he still has like a molecular control over that specific sweat because it came from him. You know what I mean? Even with his gauntlets, right? When he gets into like after the UA, he makes his whole little costume after he gets
So after everyone gets accepted into the school or whatever, and they start filling out their hero roles, they go to the special costume chick.
Yeah.
Her name escapes me, but
Are you talking about
she makes all she's in the sport class.
her name is
Does all
Hasume. Her quirk is Zoom. Let's if you guys
Yeah,
don't
right
know.
now. Granted, she's
Yep.
a brilliant engineer.
Brilliant.
But her quirk has nothing to do with
Nothing
that.
to do with that. But I mean, unless she's looking deep into like chip
Her
sets
quirk
and
is
stuff
Zoom.
like that, right?
She can like see
Yeah,
up
she
to
can increase her vision to up to like 2 kilometers,
something like that.
something like that. Like, yeah,
It's
she's
ridiculous.
crazy. Like,
So she develops this costume for Bakugo, where essentially he has these power gauntlets, so where it soaks up the nitroglycerin that he sweats and
Right.
produces. So when you have that going on, what happens is he can allow the gauntlet to fill up,
right,
create a larger, massive explosion.
correct.
Because
You know what's also cool, dude? Like he's got the ability to keep grenades. Like so, as he gets a certain amount of sweat inside the gauntlet will chamber out a grenade. That he can store that sweat in, and then he can then throw, and that will. It's crazy how he is able to manipulate his quirk. Like as they were all training with like Professor Aizawa and stuff like that. Like it was Eraserhead, right? Erasure, right? So as they're training with him, like he gets humbled so many times. 'Cause, I mean, we all
that's
know
the thing.
like.
That's what I want to dig into first. So,
Yeah.
like, when we went to his power set, what I want to do is talk about why Bakugo
Yeah, why is he like
what
that?
does.
Like, why you like this?
His whole thing was his quirk manifests when he's 4, right? So everyone in his life is telling him how great you're gonna be.
Yeah,
You're gonna be the next number
showering
one.
him with praise.
Showering him. All his peers are like, "Oh man, you're so cool, Bakugo."
Yeah.
Woo, woo. And he and Deku are actually childhood friends.
Right.
And so his whole issue with Deku started with him feeling like because Deku, and we're going to get into this in another video, but by definition, in the My Hero world, Deku is disabled. He doesn't have a quirk.
Correct.
Most of the world has
Yeah,
quirks.
we will talk about that.
Right. So he always looked at Deku as a lower being.
Right.
And so in his mind, he should never really need Deku. But the problem is, after they were playing that one day and he fell in a little lake or whatever.
Yeah, when he fell in the water, yeah.
It was the fact that not that he needed Deku's help, but that Deku felt obligated to help him.
Right.
He took that as, how dare you look down on me?
Correct. I'm better than you.
I'm better than you.
Right.
I should never need your help.
Right.
He kind of is envious of Deku in that sense because Deku is more like All Might than he is personality.
Correct.
Deku is about wanting to help people. He's about
Yeah.
knowing that he may not be the strongest, but he's still gonna go and try to do something.
Yeah.
So we now fast forward that to when Bakugo gets kidnapped by Shigaraki,
Right.
and ultimately
In the League of Villains.
it wasn't his fault that All Might lost his power, but All
Right.
Might used the last bit of his power to save him.
To save Bakugo.
So because of
Correct.
that, that's one of the L's he took, right?
Right.
Plus, you got Deku out here trying to save him again.
Now, though, whoa. After that fight, dude, like, that's when we talk about Mitsuki Bakugo, right? His mom, all right? So when they had the, I guess when All Might was going to their houses and whatnot, and they were trying to see if the kids was going to be staying in UA and whatnot, like, when he went to meet Mitsuki Bakugo, she smacks the buddy in the head. Bow! You know what I'm saying?
So everybody thinks that he's got mentality.
Yeah, but that's not the case. His mom, he gets his whole personality from his mother. Like, if you look at his father is very passive, he's very sub-male, beta male.
He has a very snappy outward demeanor.
Yeah,
And that's
his mom yells. His mom yells at people.
They're snappy.
She doesn't care about your feelings, your emotions. Like, she kind of like
that's
gets
part of
you
the
raw.
problem. She's the one who said it's your fault.
Correct, and she
Had
smacked
you not been so weak, that would happen.
Then we wouldn't have had this problem right now with the whole All Might situation. But I feel like, you know, that all has something to do with his character development. But there's a flaw in Bakugo, guys. Now let's talk about the flaw in
Outside of
Bakugo.
his lack of humility.
His lack of humility is a major flaw. Like, you know what I'm saying? The reason why the Vegeta characters, the Bakugo characters, like the Sasuke's, they can't like evolve because they're incapable of humbling themselves.
Correct.
And when they do, right? Let's say Bakugo's been humbled several times.
Deku.
But what happens is the next season comes up and Buddy is automatically back in the same mode, like being arrogant and rude to the same people he just showed respect to. It isn't like they kind of, I mean, don't get me wrong. After some of the battles, he became a lot more friendly. You know, he kind of clicked up with Kirishima and them. You know what I'm saying? But
Well, I think part of that too was the fact that Bakugo realized, especially being in the kind of class that he's in, that he wasn't going to go further as a hero if he didn't start relying on his teammates.
correct.
So that's why he went to go.
Right, but I guess I would like to see more of it in his like person-to-person interactions. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when he's out in battle, you see the full character development of Bakugo, and it's fucking amazing. And you're like, yo, I see why they wrote it like this or why the character acts like that. But there are certain areas where I would like to, I guess, to see it come out in his like, you know, when in his person-to-person interactions in UA. They kind of still make him a dick kind of. Like, I don't like that.
I read a bit about that online. We'll insert the creator, but the creator reads what the fans say about that, and you're not. And so his whole point is Bakugo wouldn't be Bakugo if he didn't still behave that way. Like, he would have character.
But no, but I disagree with that. I disagree with that because I really feel like Bakugo could still be a dick, but be a different type of dick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could be a different type of asshole. Like, you don't have to come at the situation like in that manner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can come at it like with a different amount of respect, so especially with Deku, right? If he's coming at Midoriya, which he now see, remember he broke character and called him Izuku.
Yeah, he respects
You know what I'm saying? But then he's like, yo, man, you don't have to say it if it's hard for you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, just call him Deku was cool. But like, I saw that respect, but then later he still calls him Deku.
Well, that's because Deku was also his hero.
But I get that, my nigga. But I feel like calling Izuku, right? Start calling everybody, start treating respect. You don't call Deku, you're showing nigga love.
Look,
it don't cost nothing to show a nigga love.
All we doing is getting money.
Show a nigga some love, nigga.
but I'm saying, you gotta understand,
You know what I'm saying?
from Deku's point of view, think of it like the N-word, right?
Yeah.
We, as a people, toss around nigga all the time.
Yeah.
A term that was made or used to degrade a race of people. Deku was a term.
No. This debate is not about the term Deku, though.
No, what I'm saying, though, is Deku took that and he owned it. So he don't really care that he's saying it anymore.
So you're saying because it lost its steam.
Right, it doesn't have a meaning for him anymore.
I feel like
a useless
he
person.
said, respect. I respect you now. You know what I'm saying?
But here's the thing.
But he was on a solo fucking mission.
You're talking about respect, and I think it's a choice for Bakugo because think about it. He respects Night Eye. He respects Genus. He respects certain people. Like he fuck with certain people, and then others he just be like, nah, you're not like you don't really rate.
I am not. But no, don't get me wrong. I'm in no way discrediting Bakugo in any way. I would just like to see his person-to-person interactions to reflect his character development and not revert back to the Bakugo we saw in season 1. All I'm saying is that now in his fighting style and everything else, I do see the character development, the way that he moves and utilize his mobility, his ability to use his quirk in different, more creative ways, in more projectile-based ways, whole AP shot, all that shit. Like I get it, shotgun, all that shit. I get it, bro. All I'm saying is, when you talking to the motherfuckers that held you down and they sitting there and they just chilling, like the whole rock band shit. Yo. God.
He killed that.
He did kill that.
He killed that shit.
I think that
he did a little drum thing. He was like,
but that's what I'm saying. That's the Bakugo I want. That's the nigga I want. Like now that you know, right? Now that you know how you should be, right? Everybody isn't already showed you like, yo, you're kind of a dick. But when you're yourself and you're cool, it's cool. And Bakugo could be that guy. What if he was a dick? He was an asshole. He was a guy we didn't like. And he becomes the guy that where everybody's like, yo, without him, yo. But he always reverts back to that other Bakugo. But we're not going to hold you guys. We're going to argue about this on our way out of here. But as you can see, there's a couple facts about Bakugo. We're going to debate other characters and their quirks and how they use them as well. We're even going to go into Muscular because we got a lot to talk about him. But stay tuned, and we will argue some more later about my